Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Dr. Michael Lee here. Let me know if you can hear me. Just checking that the tech is working. I'm just going to check online that we are online. Excuse me. Might need to sneeze, but thank you for being here. Let me know how you are. Let me know in the chat if you're watching this live or you're watching this as a replay. I would love to know where you're at. Great, super. So you're here because you want to improve in your sales. So I want to ask you, how many of you would like to be and feel empowered to succeed in sales and get rid of all of the fear, the self-doubt, and all the rejection, not from other people, but more importantly, the rejection happening within your own mind. So before we actually start, let me know who's here. Just check in with me. Let me know. Just put hi in the chat for me so I know that you're here. But more importantly, what I want to know is, are you struggling with sales? Do you have this self-doubt about yourself? Oh, maybe I can't sell like other people. Or maybe I don't feel very comfortable with selling. If that's you, you're in the right place. Because I'm going to give you my top tips. Because I've been through all of this. The self-doubt, the fear of what people think. Or what if they also say no? I'm like, oh my goodness, what shall I do? Because I can tell you now, this is the problem with a lot of people who have a business or who have a coaching business. They may not like selling. They may find selling uncomfortable, but the truth is you have to sell. Because if you don't sell, your business will fail. Your coaching will fail. You won't be able to help other people. And you're probably thinking, oh, so selling, it's so important, but I don't want to look like the sleazy car salesman. And I get it. But that's why I always change the word selling to serving. At the end of the day, you want to serve, right? Serve to the deepest level to help as many people as possible. But the fact is that to serve, if you give them something, a piece of you, a piece of your advice, a piece of your experience, a piece of your knowledge, it sells them into wanting more. So always give them value. Because here's the truth. When I see so many people that are thinking, oh, that could have gone a little bit better on that sales call, or when I spoke with that person, I didn't really connect with them deep enough. So maybe, they may think that I'm just like that sleazy car salesman. That's okay. Because just think about it. We all had to start somewhere. We all had to learn a new skill from somewhere. But a lot of you are thinking, and this is where one of the things I'm going to help many of you watching this today is this. Some of you are thinking that selling is a new skill to you. But the fact is it isn't. You've already had the skill of selling ever since you were a baby. Let me ask you, how many of you were babies? Should be everyone, because if you're an adult, you were a baby at some point. If you're a baby at some point, yeah? You may not know how to speak the language, what your mother and father was talking to you about, but you still knew how to get what you want. And when you get what you want, it's selling. So just think about it. When a baby cries, all babies have different cries. I mean, I have a little girl at the moment, Constance, she's 1.5 years old, and she cries. And Joyce and I, we know what different cries are. Oh, that's a I'm hungry cry, or I want a cuddle cry, or a I need a change now, please cry. So the thing is that it's all a sale, because we know that if we don't deal with the cry, what happens to the cry? It gets louder. Everyone understand, yes? But the thing is that you already knew how to sell because you sold it to your parents. Come and help me now, because if you don't help me now, I'm going to cry louder. Yeah, but by the way, I'm not saying this is how you act as an adult, because remember, that's acting as a baby. To act as an adult, you sell, but in a different way, because we have more words we can use rather than just a cry for hunger or a cry for a cuddle. We have more words to say, actually, I can use my words to connect and help you with this, this, and this. And it's all about being open, honest with whoever you're speaking to, but most importantly, it's actually about connection. Because remember, if you know that, oh, I want to learn more from them, there's going to be a good connection. But if you say something that they don't like, the fact is that there will be a distinct disconnect. And the question is that, Which one do you want with the people that you can serve? Of course, we want to connect with as many people as possible. And I want you to connect with many people as possible. But it starts with communication. But the thing is that, I know we're talking about, I want to be empowered to sell. But I'm afraid of the self-doubt, the fear, and the rejection. The fact is that all those three things, you probably don't like those because you've actually experienced those before. Just think about how many times have you doubted yourself? Yeah, lots of times. I've doubted myself many times. What if this? What if that happens? What if I'm not good enough? What if they don't like me? Blah, blah, blah. Right? Ultimately, it's self-doubt. But I had to think of the positives. What I want to do to serve people. Because remember this famous saying in psychology, whatever you focus on will expand. If you focus on the self-doubt, guess what? There'll be more self-doubt, more negativity. And when there's more negativity, it actually compresses you and suppresses you and makes you smaller than who you really are. And this is why it's so important to actually push them aside, acknowledge them, because if you don't acknowledge them, they just get louder. So just say, thank you for letting me know. Thank you for showing me the fear. Thank you for showing me the problems that could happen. Because now I know how I can use it to then prepare. So use the self-doubt, use the fear to your advantage, because a lot of people have this problem. When they're in self-doubt and fear, they actually just stay there. They're stuck there. And when they're stuck there, they feel paralyzed. They can't move. I'm stuck in self-doubt and fear. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Because when that happens, then they've lost everything. Because once they've lost everything, they cannot take a step forward. They feel paralyzed to take a step forward. Or when they can't take a step forward, they can't help people either. And this is why you need to acknowledge it. Thank you for letting me know, but I know what is right. And what is right is the gratitude that I have this opportunity to go and serve people. So even though you're going to give me all those self-doubts and those fears, I'm going to do it anyway, because if I don't do it, I already know if I'm going to help someone. If I don't do it, the answer is already no, because I haven't even taken the action to connect with someone. At least I'm grateful to have the opportunity to connect and have an opportunity for them to say yes to me. Because remember, if you take no action, the answer is no. And if you're one of those people that take no actions, you will be getting used to the rejection and the no. Because you're getting rejected every single day because you're not doing anything because no one said yes. Because rejection isn't when people say no, it's actually when people don't say yes. Okay? So remember, how do you give yourself an opportunity to get people to say yes to whatever service and product you have? But it starts within your own head, because the distance between success is actually from your left ear to your right ear. And all I want you guys to do is control this mind, because it's famous saying that, it's either the emotions will control you or you can control the emotions. You cannot have both. Which one would you like? Of course, you want to control the emotions, and you can do that by acknowledging them. All right, that's giving me fear. I see it's fear. Thank you for letting me know. Right, I know it's fear, but now I don't want to stay in fear. I need to be courageous. What do I need to be? What do I need to do to be courageous? Then just do it. Just go and do and talk and connect with people and serve them. It's like coming live here. Does it require a bit of courage to speak to the world? Yes or no? Yes. Or can I just go, oh, I'm really scared. I don't know what people will say to me. What if they don't like me? What if they say, oh, Michael, I can't be like you. Or, Michael, you're talking a load of rubbish. It doesn't bother me. Why does it not bother me? Because inside my heart, my true intention is to help. And I understand, and I've accepted I cannot help everyone. But the truth is that I know that I can help some people at least. And those some people outweigh the people that I cannot help. And the only way I can help those some people is by showing up. And that's why I'm showing up today for you. I'm showing up here to make sure that every one of you can gain some sort of value from this message. And that's why I want to make sure that I show up with the right content. So, one of the things you're probably thinking is, so how do I get rid of the self-doubt, the rejection and the fear? First step, acknowledge it. You must acknowledge the emotion. If you don't acknowledge the emotion, like I say, it just gets louder. Step number 2. Those emotions or negative voices, those are your little voices. They're chatting away in your head saying, oh, Michael, you're not good enough. Oh, Michael, what will people think? Oh, Michael, you're too old. Oh, Michael, you don't know enough. Blah, 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 blah. Right. It's not, because at the end of the day, none of those are truths. Right? You only make it true if you believe it, by the way, because I don't believe in any of those. I'm good enough for me. I don't need to be good enough for other people, but ultimately, do I need to be good enough for everyone else? No. I need to be good enough for me, at least. And end of the day, when these little voices kick off, because I have a whole orchestra going off every single day, because I hope that you have it too, because that means you're human. Because everyone has them. So, of course, the first thing, acknowledge them. The second thing is you need to change that little voice, that negative voice, into something positive. Because like I said before, whatever you focus on will expand. So change it into something positive, then the positivity expands. But more importantly, think of something that you're grateful for. The reason why, because gratitude comes from the emotion of love. And love is the most powerful emotion any person can actually experience. Because when you come from a place of love, you will attract more. So what I want you to do is just think of, put into the comments, what is the most common little voice that goes off in your head every single day. And this isn't just for sales, by the way, this is for you. This is telling you, not good enough, I don't know enough, too old, I need to learn more, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, put it into chat. Okay, because we'll deal with them. Put it into chat. Because, you know, once you know what it is, you recognize it because it shows up every day. And you have to be honest with yourself. Because it shows up every day. Every single day it will show up. Right? And what I want you to do is I want you to make sure that you recognize it. Because once you recognize it, then you know what to do. Because you say, oh, it showed up again. I need to be more positive. I need to be more grateful. So if it's I'm not good enough, or I say, Michael, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. Thank you for letting me know. Step 2 now, change something positive. I am good enough. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful that today I have an opportunity to be even better. It's all about opportunities, remember. And that is from gratitude. Because some people don't have another day in their lives. Some people don't wake up the next day. And this is where it comes down to making sure you are clear in what you are focusing on so that you can gain and attract the right things into your life as well. So that's step 2. Step 3 is this. And this is actually probably the most important step. So these little voices, I call this the 5-second rule. You have 5 seconds to deal with it. Because if you don't deal with it in 5 seconds, this little voice, then takes over the rest of the hour. Then the rest of the day, then the rest of the week, and then your whole body is affected by it. How many of you have, from a little voice, felt really stressed? Yeah? And the response of when it affects your body is when you hold stress like this in your shoulders. Yeah? And you feel, my whole body's tense, because you've let it continue in your life for far too long. It should never get to that stage, by the way, because you could nip it in the bud early. Right? We could stop it at source. Within the first 5 sessions, thank you for letting me know. And it gets louder. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, great. I am good enough and I'm grateful I have an opportunity to get even better today and grow even more and learn more so I can serve more people. I'm grateful for that. How many of you think this is really helpful? Put yes in the chat if you find it helpful. Because this is how you deal with your little voice, particularly when it comes to sales. The little voice here is like, what if they reject me? What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't sell? Blah, blah, blah. Well, ultimately, connect and serve. I'm good enough. I'm grateful I have this opportunity to serve them. Okay, I'm going to find out where they are. So if you're going to sell something, you got to find out where they are. Because if you don't know where they are, you don't know where you can help them. Get that information. Connect with them. Tell them who you are, how you can help them, what your values are. My biggest value is honesty. People have to be honest around me. If they're not honest, they're not part of that. They don't need to be in my life. Honesty is really important. Let them know your values. Then, of course, if they're interested in what you have, your values, your product, then ask them a question. Is this something you'd like? You have to just ask the question, because if you don't ask them the question, you don't give them an offer or opportunity to say yes. Because remember, this is a yes game. But by the way, I'm going to say this as a disclaimer, I do not want you to get everyone. What if you say yes to some assholes, some troublemakers? Is that going to make your life better or worse? Worse, because of course, you're going to have to deal with a lot of confrontation. You're going to deal with a lot of complaints, maybe reviews, and also refunds. That costs you a lot of energy and time, where you could be using it to serve the people that you can really serve. So this is where you need to make sure your whole system of sales is specific to the people you want to target. Hello Nick, good to see you today. Thank you for being here. So so make sure you are empowering yourself and you have a good sales process. But the process itself is to make you comfortable, and you have a script. And the script itself is specific to what your service is, on the target audience, on the features and benefits you want to give them, and then give them an offer. Make sure you give them that offer. So I hope that you found this live session really helpful for you guys. Let me know what you've learned today, whether it's like about the little voice, about controlling your mind, or even in the sales process. And even if you have like any questions, put them into the chat, because we answer them all. We just want to help you. And of course, if you know anyone that would find this helpful in terms of controlling a little voice, forward it to them. Because ever since COVID, mental health has been one of the biggest problems in the world. And if I can help more people with mental health with these tools, please send it to them, because it will serve them really, really well. So what I want to say, I'm really grateful for you for checking in today. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for, helping me help more people. And I really hope that the universe, the gods, will bless every one of you because of that. So thank you for checking in today. Have a wonderful Friday and your weekend. And I look forward to seeing you next week for the next live. Bye for now.